I just did this interview with David Tame. He wrote this book called The Secret Power of Music. It's really cool. It's about the transformation of society through music, I think is the subtitle. And I just want to ask
Love
you,
that.
well, how do you feel about that? Like, so how much of a role do you feel that music has in affecting and programming society? Little or a lot?
Dude, man, huge, 100%. Like, okay, sound is the ultimate force that creates the reality that we experience. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, there was the word, and the word was God. And that that idea of God, God saying, let there be light. This idea, whether you believe in the actuality of what it says in these sacred texts, whether it be the Bible or the Quran or, a philosophy or an allegory, you know what I'm saying? There's this concept that comes from this idea that sound is what created reality. You know what I mean? And when you think about the nature of all that is, everything has a vibration and can be measured. That can be measured. You know what I'm saying? It's not really up for debate. Like it's sound and music is like a universal language, and that frequency, that effect. Many scientific studies have been done on the effect of sound on matter. It's in a branch of science called cymatics, which isn't really widely discussed or taught. But when you dig around, you find a lot of interesting experiments and interesting concepts, and that as you travel down the wormhole, thinking through the physical applications, are you know, they very much imply really extraordinary things, like the ability to destroy, the ability to create, the ability to take life, the ability to give life. You know what I mean? It all kind of really stems back to frequency, to sound. So when we're in our reality and we're subjugate to certain frequencies, whether that be radio waves or wireless networks, or whether that be the sounds that the street makes, or the sounds that the tests that they do with these loud sirens, or these different noises that are just programmed as part of our culture, mixed with the fact that there's a soundtrack to all of our lives that we share called popular music, and that narrative is dictated by a oligarchy of a handful of corporations or business entities that have kind of a lion's share of the market and dictate what you hear in popular movies. It's like, or what you hear just as you're casually going to the mall or walking down the street, or somebody's bumping something in their car with like killer subwoofer, and all of that affects everything, affects you, it shapes you. The ideas that are put inside of music, that those ideas, when they travel from that whatever you're playing, the speaker, to you, those are really powerful, and they have the potential to be more powerful to you than just hearing them without the music, or even reading them, because music has this way of penetrating the soul, so where it becomes part of you. It becomes like written in code. Like it's much more difficult to forget songs, or to forget the lyrics to songs, when you know like how the melody goes, than it is to remember like a paragraph that you had to memorize for a speech you gave one time. You know what I'm saying? And there's something about that connection in our and the way we vibrate as vibrating, entities, souls, spirits. And so it is very much like the music that we listen to very much dictates the experience that we have. If you listen to all sad music and you feel like you're always at a loss and you're always depressed, and your girlfriend did this and you're mad at the police about that, and you identify with this type of culture or this type of lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? That comes through programming, through the music, can come through the program that you listen to. Obviously, if you can elevate to a level of consciousness to where you can objectively listen to things and realize that maybe, hey, maybe I don't listen to this all the time, but it's funny. You know what I'm saying? But it's not funny when our entire mainstream narrative is dictated by music that's poisonous to our society because it promotes messages like sex, drugs, it promotes like negative energy or division or cultures that are violent towards the police or like glorify like guns and and jail and it's like there's these messages that are put into music intentionally to sell us products. You know what I'm saying? And when they write music for the mainstream, they literally do so on the dollar of people who invest money to put messages in the music because they're trying to sell products. And there's a great documentary called Who Killed the Music? I think that's what it. Who? Oh no, it's called. I'll remember what it's called. It's really good. It came out in the 2000s. It's got like Dave Matthews and the Roots and Alanis Morissette, all these artists talking about how a handful of business owners bought up all the radio stations at a corporate level and made syndicated radios so they could play the money game with the machine by getting, basically it's like making a system that you control all the aspects of the system. So it's just like if you own the TV station and you own the music that you play on the TV station and you own the artist in the show that they play when they go out and play in other places, then you're like just making money like over and over on itself because you can play your own artist on your own station all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so that's literally what they do. They all do that and they work, they work together as obviously they're competing, but it's like any other industry where the big guys are trying to make sure the little guys keep their little share and the big guys keep their big share. And then they fight amongst themselves to divide that, but it's like, the nature of our world is division, and music is the one force that I 100% know in my heart can actually unify us together as one people in unconditional love. And I believe that 100%, and I will go to any length to bear that message and to be a bearer of that light